Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Patriots Real-Time Podcast. I'm your host, Theo Dees, and I was joined alongside Austin Ray. And today we will be previewing the Patriots versus Steelers game that will be taking place at Gillette Stadium at 1 o'clock this Sunday, Sunday the 21st. So, Austin, before we get into talking about our predictions, we're going to do a score prediction. We did not do a preview pod last week because... Why not? Because we didn't have time and we forgot because we had Zach's bar mitzvah, which is my brother. And then we did a preview podcast the week before. We forgot the score predictions. So this week we're going to do our score predictions, and the Patriots lost. So, yeah, so we're back with another preview podcast with the score prediction. Biggest threat, also back. The Steelers don't really have a lot of threats, but it's all right. So before we get into that, like I was saying, Austin, how are you doing today?
Tired.
Yeah, you took 2 tests. You failed both of them.
No, whoa. I did very good, hopefully.
Very
both
well.
Of them.
Does the mic come off?
No.
Does it work?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the Steelers team a little bit here. Austin, you kind of go, we're looking at the depth chart here. I'm just going to read off some of the notable names. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers, 41 years old, their starting quarterback. The thing about Aaron Rodgers is that he still has the mobility when he's trying, or like it's designed. Do you know what I mean by that, Austin? Like when it's like, all right, you're going to go here and you're going to roll out to the right and we're going to move the pocket over here, then yes, he can move. But if you apply any pressure on him, he's going down. So if Harold Landry and Milton Williams can win a few times, it's going to be easy sacks for them because Aaron Rodgers can't move if he's not if it's not like in his head that he's going to move or it's not a play design. Obviously, last year we saw Aaron Rodgers move all over the place against the Patriots in Week 3, and he kind of just exploited their defense. And so before I kind of go through this, Austin, how do you think the Patriots will prepare differently for Week 3 Aaron Rodgers 2025 versus Week 3 Aaron Rodgers 2024? And do you think a similar kind of Aaron Rodgers coming out party that was kind of just like a one-game thing will happen?
So I think that the Patriots are going to play Aaron Rodgers completely different than last year. You know, we have another defensive-minded coach in Mike Vrabel. But I don't think that he's going to think... I think he's going to be ready for any little sneaky things the Steelers are going to try to put by him. Any little any RPOs or any little thing.
Any RPOs.
You never know.
Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, he's filthy, trust. Any type of movement that Aaron Rodgers is going to try to do, I feel like there's going to be someone, not a spy, but there's going to be someone that's
works. I mean, yeah, you probably
you don't need a spy for Aaron Rodgers, but you'll have someone who's ready to move with him if they have to.
Yeah, I kind of said, you're going to expect the Steelers to do a few moving pockets. You obviously know that Rodgers can still do that nasty pump fake. I don't know if you saw the video where he did like the shuffle, pretend to hand off, and the Seahawks defender was like trying to stop the ball carrier, and Aaron Rodgers had the ball. You see that?
I did.
Nice. All right, let's go through some of these other guys. Kenneth Gainwell, he's the guy from the Eagles, right? He's their RB2. So their running back room, Jalen Warren, Caleb Johnson, who's a rookie who fumbled or like touched the opening kickoff, won't be getting out there anytime soon. Kenneth Gainwell. So their running back room isn't really good. DK Metcalf, Calvin Austin are really the only guys that they target on offense. Roman Wilson, second-year receiver out of Michigan, also in there. Scotty Miller, former Bucs Super Bowl champion, caught a touchdown in the NFC Championship game in 2020. Tight end, obviously, that's a pretty big stacked position. You have Johnny Smith, who's probably a top 15 tight end in the league. He succeeded everywhere except for New England, which kind of sucks. Pat Freiermuth, I know Steelers fans have been a little bit upset with his drop issues, but he's still a pretty good tight end out of Penn State. And then Darnell Washington isn't a guy that's obviously going to catch any passes, but he's a good blocking tight end. So their tight end room is pretty good. Tackles, Broderick Jones is not great. Troy Fatanu, I believe he's either a rookie or second-year player, so you don't really know those guys. So their offensive line isn't great. Also, I believe Max Sharping is a starter, and he's we can check the injury. Yeah, Max Sharping, starter. He tore his ACL in practice yesterday, or 2 days ago, and he's good, and he's going to be out for
the rest of the season.
So they're missing. Their offensive line isn't necessarily great, and like I talked about earlier with Rodgers and not being able to get out of the pocket, then yeah. All right, Austin, Cameron Hayward, obviously. Clash Royale. Cameron Hayward is also obviously a great football player, but we don't know if he's old.
I don't think he's too old.
Let's check his stats for this year.
I believe he has a forced fumble. Is that he has? I believe he has one forced fumble this year.
He's 8 tackles.
He has no forced fumbles.
8 tackles, no sacks, no interceptions, no forced fumbles. So he's not. That's 4
So-
tackles a game. That's fine, I guess.
Yeah, he's
No sacks though is kind of. Oh, let's hold on. See how many sacks he had in the last few seasons, right? Because if he's like a high sack guy,
one. He's never been really that. He's got a couple high seasons, but he's never really been like. Yeah, he's definitely had some.
yeah, he's had some good seasons.
8 last season, 12 his highest in his career.
Yeah, that's
So,
pretty.
pretty good.
I mean, maybe he's slowing down a little bit.
8 last year, you never know.
I'll go back a little more. Yeah, but 0 so far. And I guess that could work. Derek Harmon is the rookie. I don't think he's played yet though. Wait, check the injury report. He hasn't played in a game. Is my understanding. Yeah, he hasn't.
Yeah, he has not.
He's still questionable. Christian Gonzalez is also questionable. We'll get into that later. And then obviously, Austin, I'll let you talk about TJ Watt.
TJ Watt, I don't think he needs an introduction.
Even though we already gave him an introduction,
Yep.
but it's all right.
One of the best defenders in the NFL. Yeah.
Rushers.
Yeah, he's filthy. He's going to give a lot. You know, we sort of, in a way, we locked down Max Crosby week 1.
Yeah.
But I feel like TJ Watt's just going to be, he's going to be in Jake May's face all game.
Yeah, and he's going up against Morgan Moses, who was in a boot after last week's game. So it's all right. We'll see. And then we got. You go ahead, Austin.
Thank you. Then, you know, the rest of the defense, it's a pretty good defense. You got Patrick Queen and Jalen Ramsey and Joey Porter Jr. You know, that's a...
He hasn't played yet this year either.
Yeah, but like...
And I think who's the guy that you were saying, Darius Slay?
Darius Slay, him too.
Yep.
They got a pretty good defense.
Except the defense has been probably the worst in the NFL so far, which is really weird. So that's the question I was going to ask. Is you talk about, and you kind of already explained it, but they have you went through the names: Hayward, Watt, Queen, Highsmith. Even Highsmith's going to be out for this game. It says but Deshaun Elliott, even Joey Porter Jr. and even Jalen Ramsey and Darius Slay. Like, there's 7 names there that are like, oh yeah, and Jabril Peppers. It's just like 7 or 8 names there where it's like, yeah, I know this guy. This is a good player, and somehow, even Jack Sawyer. Last game against the Seahawks, it was 31 points. The game before that, it was 32 points against the Jets, who look awful.
Yeah.
So, what do you think I mean, obviously you don't know the problem, but just thoughts on this defense being so bad with such notable names out there.
So, I mean, this doesn't really have anything necessarily to do with the defense, in a way. But I feel like they haven't gelled yet. I feel like. You know, I saw someone saying the Steelers brought together a team of supervillains. You know, they got a bunch of mortal enemies and DK Metcalf and Jalen Ramsey.
Even Jabril Peppers. Too.
Yeah, exactly. They got all these guys have beef, and if you want to put it that way. And I feel like that you just got to give them maybe a couple more games.
Do you think they'll ever gel?
There's a chance that there's a chance that they don't. There's a chance that they're just the team that could have been, but
their quarterback isn't great, also. So
yeah, he's also 80 years
old. But
old.
this is the defense. Yeah. I don't know actually. To answer my own question, I have no idea why this defense hasn't done well. I was trying to kind of rationalize it. Cameron Hayward's old, T.J. Watt doesn't have a sack on the year, Alex Highsmith's out, Joey Porter Jr. and Derek Harmon haven't played yet. So Aquale also starting, who's a former Patriot, and then Peppers only played 7 snaps last week, and it was on special teams, so maybe an increased role. So I'm also going to ask you about so the Patriots, the Steelers signed, obviously, Jabril Peppers, but they also signed Juwan Bentley over the week. So thoughts on if they'll have an advantage, so to speak, over the Patriots, or do you think that's not really an issue? I personally don't think so.
I don't think it's an issue.
Yeah.
I feel like, sure, the Jabril Peppers and Bentley gave them a little insight, but they're not going to get into the nitty gritty. I feel like
they'll try, but
I just don't think that's going to have any effect against this team.
Yeah, all right, let's transition to the big news of the week, Austin. That is that Christian Gonzalez came back to practice Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So he was there every single day. He was limited every day, and he's officially listed as questionable on the first injury report. So for the first time since week 17, not even week 18, because he didn't play week 18 with a concussion. For the first time since week 17, Christian Gonzalez has a chance to play on a Friday. A chance to play when it's Friday, but they're playing on Sunday, you know what I mean. Do you think that Gonzo is back, and what kind of role do you think he has? And did I already ask you this already?
No, you did not ask me this already. Honestly, I have no idea. I feel like that this is just a thing to mess with the Steelers. It's a chance he just does not play. doubt it, and I'm hoping that that's not true. But I think he's going to have a limited role. Like, I don't think we're going to see him on DK Metcalf, maybe Calvin Austin. But
I think we'll see him on DK Metcalf, but just not for the whole game.
I don't. Oh, whoa, sorry. I don't think so. I think that, if they had him at this limited role, I think they're going to want to try to keep it as easy as they can. Put him on Calvin Austin. And
Calvin Austin wouldn't be a favorable matchup for him. If you're coming off a hamstring injury, Calvin Austin, who's a jitterbug slot receiver, versus Christian Gonzalez, who's 6'2", lengthy guy, can cover wide receiver ones, built for that. X guy's not built for that. That's like a Marcus Jones matchup. I don't think, and testing a hamstring against, obviously Gonzalez is one of the fastest players in the NFL, but he's got a hamstring injury. That's impacting his speed. And going up against a guy like DK Metcalf, who's not fast. And
DK is fast enough.
You're right, he is fast, but he's very fast. I lied. DK Metcalf, a guy who's a bigger receiver, I don't think that DK Metcalf's going to run however many go balls, and I guess necessarily.
He did that when last year we went to the home opener against the Seahawks. He did that exact thing, got a touchdown over Kyle Duggar. So I think that we are going to see that from DK.
Yeah,
and I think that Christian Gonzalez will not and should not be on him for his.
Don't think he'll be on there for that long. I think he'll be on him. I don't think DK Metcalf's necessarily a great receiver.
I think he is.
We'll see. All right, let's talk about other news here. Keon White hasn't practiced. Well, he practiced today, but he practiced today, but that was the first time in 2 weeks. A supposed illness keeps you off for 2 weeks. What do you think that illness could be? Not to speculate, but any thoughts on maybe Keon White doesn't want to be out there because he's been demoted. He's obviously spoke out against other coaches. So any thoughts about Keon White potentially not wanting to be out there, or do you think just the illness is really bad?
I think it's that time of year. I mean, everyone's starting to get back into the swing of things. I think that it's I don't think there's anything deeper to it. I think that
One thing though, he was out at practice on Thursday or Wednesday, and he was just watching.
Yeah, so that I think that it probably cold to fever, strep throat. So I don't know.
I mean, if you have a cold, I think you play football.
Well, I mean, it could be
if you have COVID.
It could be COVID to strep throat, something like that. We don't know. And the fact that he wasn't playing yesterday makes me think. The fact that he was just watching makes me think that it's illness.
I mean, I'm sure it is an illness. Let's go down the Patriots injury report also. So, Keon White questionable. Harold Landry's questionable. I expect him to play because, Jared Wilson hopefully will play. Questionable. Jack Westover doesn't really matter. Marte Mapu had the interception. Hopefully hopefully he'll play. Carlton Davis. Do you think that there's a possibility? Carlton Davis injured his Achilles. That's what the injury diagnosis is. Do you think there's a possibility that Carlton Davis... Okay, let me rephrase this. Do you think it would be smart if Christian Gonzalez can come back, even in a limited role, to not have Carlton Davis play this week, just so you don't risk a torn ACL? I mean, what do you call it? Achilles. Because Richard Sherman talked about it a few years ago. Now, this is something Michael Hawley talked about, but this is one of my vivid memories of Richard Sherman saying, "Yeah, I knew he was gonna snap because damaged his Achilles. Then it was a Thursday night game and he just tore his Achilles because he didn't get enough rest."
Well, I think that it's definitely different from a Thursday night game to a Sunday game.
Very well could.
I completely get what you're saying. And I think that there is a chance that we have that. I think Carlton Davis will play just in a limited role. Yeah.
Potentially, yeah. And then we got Caleb Von Chase on, also questionable for this week. And then Morgan Moses is questionable as well. So, yeah, that's the injury report. And then for the Steelers, I talked about Max Sharpling, who's out. Isaiah Loudermilk was placed on injured reserve a few days ago. Alex Highsmith is out, so that's their other edge rusher that's really, really good. So not as much pressure for Will Campbell to face. They have, who's behind Alex and Highsmith? Nick Herberg. There's someone that's not terrible. Who's behind TJ Watt? Zach Sawyer, also not bad. So, and then we said Harmon Porter could play. They haven't played yet. And then Deshaun Elliott. All right. Let's do biggest threats, but we're only going to do one.
My biggest stud is going to be TJ Watt.
Yep.
I think him against a questionable Morgan Moses, I feel like it's going to pose a lot of matchup issues, and I think that we could be getting an earful of TJ Watt this week.
All right, I'm going to go a little unconventional. I'm going to go with Jabril Peppers. This is a guy who we know he's a fiery guy. We know he's holds grudges. We know that he is going to play with some energy in a game where the Patriots have been mathematically eliminated for 3 weeks. He's coming back to the team that cut him just 3 weeks ago, not 2 years ago, not 1 year, 3 weeks ago. Barely got to play last week. He's more integrated into this defense now, being here for 2 weeks. I think he has an increased role. Maybe that's not playing all 50, 55, 49 defensive snaps, however many the Steelers get, but maybe playing 20 to 30 roles. And I think in those 20 or snaps, in those 20 or 30 snaps, I think he makes a big play against Drake May. Also has gone up against Drake May all summer long.
Yeah, we've seen it on multiple occasions too.
Yes, and he's gone up against him all summer long, 2 years in a row, all season long last year too. So I don't know. I think he knows his offense really well.
Yeah, no, I don't deny it. I 100% agree. I think they're gonna try to get him integrated specifically for this, but I don't think we see him playing 20 snaps still. I think we see 15 max.
Yeah, I guess he also knows the defense extremely well.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, let's do score predictions. Austin, you can go first.
I got 28-9 Steelers.
28-9.
Mhm.
28-9. 28-9.
Yeah, you heard.
Steelers have up 30 points in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Why? Explain yourself.
We're going against. They're going up against the Patriots.
Okay, the Patriots scored 33 points last week.
Against the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, and the Steelers defense might be worse than the Miami Dolphins defense, especially because they're missing Alex Highsmith.
I'm really hoping to be wrong on this one. I just,
So this is going to be an Instagram graphic. Let's see. I have the Patriots winning 27-21.
I think the Patriots let up more than 21 points.
I don't think that this offense is really good. The offensive line isn't good. Aaron Rodgers stinks. Jalen Warren is okay. DK Metcalf isn't the best receiver of all time. Yeah, he's the best offensive player.
He's a pretty good receiver.
Calvin Austin, I'm not worried about him. Jonnu Smith, I'm a little worried about him. 21 points is still more than they put up last week against the Seahawks defense. And the Patriots defense is going to be getting Christian Gonzalez back. That's my prediction. Going to get a little boost from that. And they're going to only let up 20. And they've only let up 20 points in the last 40 points in the last 2 games, 20 points each. Because the punt return does not count towards the defense. They did not let up.
That's true.
So, and that's against the Miami offense that's significantly better than the Steelers offense. No, that's 100% true.
Ooh, I have a hard time.
Let's talk about it. Tyreek Hill's a better player than any Steelers receiver. Jalen Waddle's a better player than any receivers. Steelers player. Tyreek Hill, look at the stats from last night. Pull it up. Look at the stats from the season to Tyreek Hill to DK Metcalf. Look up Tyreek Hill stats. He's also played one more game, but still.
Yeah. So he has 49 yards against the Bills, 110 against the Patriots, 40 against the Colts.
So
would you like to retract your statement before we look at DK's?
No.
Okay. So DK has
7 catches on the year.
He has. Where is this?
7 for 1.
83 against. He put up 83 yards against the Jets.
Against the Jets, who suck.
Yeah, and Tyreek put up 110 yards against the Patriots, who suck.
I wouldn't say the Patriots suck. 10, even if you go with which games? 9. These games, more receptions. These 2 games, more receptions. These 2 games, more receptions. These 2 games, more yards. These 2 games, more yards. Those 2 games, not more yards. But either way, he has how many touchdowns does DK have?
DK, I think he has 1 or 2 touchdowns. DK has 1 touchdown.
Same amount of touchdowns?
And that's in 1 less game.
Okay, but he scored in the most recent game, right?
Tyreek scored in the most recent game. So, and if you take away Tyreek's 47-yard reception against the Patriots, his stats are abysmal.
Yeah, but he still got the 47.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's like it's a very.
His stats are still better than the game. I guess you played more games, but
we'll see. We'll see after this week. We'll revisit this conversation.
Hold on. His stats are still better in 2 games than DK's without the 47.
Yeah, but we'll see after this game.
Yeah. Let's talk about. Okay, now Jalen Waddle. Look up Jalen Waddle's stats. Yeah, just press enter.
Yeah, Jalen Waddle is,
better stats than DK Metcalf through 3 games, granted.
Why is it saying he's got 0 sacks? Did he play snap on defense?
No, but he has more touchdowns than DK Metcalf, I can tell you that.
Yeah, that's also his 1. Yeah, but that's in He scored.
Devon Achane, significantly better running back than Jalen Warren.
I will give you that.
Tua Tagovailoa
It's
at
not
this point is better than Aaron Rodgers.
What? No. No chance.
He's having a bad year, yes.
Yeah.
So is Aaron Rodgers. I don't
No,
care
he's
about.
not.
I
Aaron
don't care that
Rodgers is
Aaron
having
Rodgers
a-
threw for 4 touchdowns. One was a jet sweep.
Well, still a touchdown.
That's true.
That's still-
Look
that's
at
on
Tua's
the stats.
Look at Tua's stats.
Okay, this is the last stat I'm looking up though.
Yeah, you don't even just look up Tua. Don't even look up Tagovailoa. Just put
557 yards in 3 games.
Look up
Is he a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers? Heck no.
not in.
This season, he is not a better quarterback than Aaron
They also have a
Rodgers.
ton of injuries too.
So
What were we talking? Why were we even talking about this?
I don't know. But yeah, he has 447 in 2 games and 5 touchdowns in
All right,
2
all
games.
right, fine. You can
While
talk-
Tua has 5 touchdowns in 3 games and only 100 more yards.
All right, fine. I'll give that to you. I still don't think that this. I still think the Dolphins' offense is better than the Steelers' offense. So, anyways, 21 to 20. What did I say? 27. Patriots take home the W. Andy Borregales does not miss a single kick this week.
21 to 27 means he did miss a kick.
No, I have him making the field goal.
2 field
Two
goals.
field goals. All right, that's it. Thanks for. Wait, I gotta plug all the stuff. Follow Patriots Real Time Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, X, Instagram. Follow Austin Ray Photography. Follow me, Patriots 3, and that's it. Thank you.